One day I'm gonna watch that new Apes movie. I have yet to see it in theaters. I showed up for Furiosa.
I want to see it. You've seen the other, like the three, the trilogy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are so good. Those are way better than they have any right to be. You know what I mean? What is going on, everyone? My name is Peter Hunt Spitek here for DualShockers.com, joined as always by Cristian Macias, video producer for DualShockers.com. Today we're taking a look at Nine Souls. This is a game. This is kind of like a Sekiro-like, Souls-like 2D side-scrolly type thing. It's been in early access for a little while. Cristian, you've played some of this game. I would love to hear a little bit about it from the perspective of someone who's already played it.
First of all, hello.
Hey.
I'm sad to hear that I'm not your friend today. In the last video, I was your friend. Today, I'm just the coworker.
I'm trying to iron out like the cadence of like, this is my friend Cristian Macias. This is Cristian Macias, video producer. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, thank you.
I'm working it out live, and I apologize. Yeah. You've not been downgraded in my heart. I'll tell you that.
Let's go work mode then. Yeah, you're right. Nine Souls is a 2D action platformer, heavy emphasis on action, even heavier emphasis on good old parry mechanics, baby. Look at that. I mean, that's me getting rid of my parry ready.
That's so sick.
So I play, yeah. It's a Metroidvania. You'll see, I don't have the map yet. I started the game, this playthrough, like the very beginning once the game opens up past the story moment.
Okay.
I didn't want to spoil the story moment for those that are interested in Nine Souls, but it is a very cool setup. Game leaning heavily on this lo-fi sci-fi aesthetic, which I found quite surprising and fun. And I'm going to move right in a little bit, but yes, you're right. This is a game, it starts you off with, here it is in your skills, the parry. And that is how the basic of all your combat. You have a dodge and a parry, and you parry to build up like your special moves, your little key meter. So we're gonna get into it. This is us learning how to parry.
Okay, easy enough. Just a quick deflection, and then ooh,
sick. Well, a successful parry will get you your little talisman, and you can detonate that talisman. Keep going in combat.
That's kind of interesting. So you don't have like, I mean, maybe you do, but you don't have like a sword or anything like that. You're just like placing these. Oh, you do. Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of love the animation here. I mean, it's just been minimal so far, but
dude, the story moment that starts the game is some of the best like 2D animation in a game I've seen in a minute. And then when you're like outside of cutscenes and there's other 2D animation, they also flash like comic book panels, and even that looks fantastic. It's great in motion. Dang,
yeah, this is really pretty. So how long have you spent with this so far?
About 30 minutes to an hour. Fully released on Steam today.
Okay.
So I got it today. I didn't play it in early access, so first time playing today, and it's been great so far.
This
carry on in.
Looks great. I mean, the flow of this looks kind of neat. How does it work? I mean, maybe we'll see. But how does it work with like multiple attackers, or is it mostly just single attackers?
No, very quickly. This is just like the very beginning of like the core game.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We will start to get multiple attackers very soon, and it is a bit more difficult. You gotta assess the surroundings. Mm-hmm. This guy's running away, and pick who you should fight first. I do like the platforming in this. Depending on the wall, you can just kind of stick to it. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're like this cat dude. You just go up and down however you please.
Gosh, it looks so good. It looks like so like sleek. So you said it's a Metroidvania, right? Do the skills that you unlock, are those like the powers that you are those like the things that are like opening up progress and stuff like that?
Nothing quite yet. So the progress at the beginning is just all getting from the next area to the next.
Yeah.
And then skills are all just making combat easier. Nothing that's like traversal
got it.
based so far.
Yeah, and this
you'll see some traversal mechanics in just a little bit as well.
Gotcha. This aesthetic is pretty cool, of just like the cyberpunk-y, but also like kind of old school ninja-y. I guess I don't know what the word for this would be, but how does this? Are you a fan of Metroidvanias?
Yeah, you know, I am. Can't wait for Silksong. I'm like the Hollow Knight saved my life in 2020.
Okay,
I like to say. So pretty big, and of course, like Metroid, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But the ones that like truly shine with me are going to be A, an interesting aesthetic, and B, an even more interesting narrative setup. And in the first 20 minutes, Nine Souls sets itself both supremely easy. Like Red Candle Games really outshining themselves with this. They're like, I'm already in.
When you say easy, do you mean like the combat is easy, or do you mean like it just did a good job?
Easy, like they are masterful at the setup.
Got it. Okay. So I guess the thing to compare all Metroidvanias to kind of feels like Hollow Knight, right? Like so far, obviously, you haven't played a ton of it, so it's really tough to say fully. But like, how does this compare in terms of like?
Similar, like I get what you're saying. Hollow Knight's combat is pretty simplistic.
Yeah, just like
right?
attack,
and
left, right, down, whatever.
Yeah, and the things that make that game more interesting down the line is the ways you can like evolve combat through like unlocks and those little like tokens you got. From what I can tell, this is pretty much the same thing. Like you don't have a heavy attack, you just have the 3-hit combo.
Yeah. And so we're playing this on PC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not on console.
Oh no, not at all.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
I
think I made that dude walk into the laser over there. So.
Oh,
as you can see, like in the background, there have been like bodies and stuff.
Yeah.
This is all related to the story. Like once the sci-fi kicks in, it just kicks in hard, and you dive literally into it.
Okay. Also, to clarify, it is coming to Switch and then PS4 and PS5, I think. But for now, because this is crowdfunded, so for now it'll be just on PC and I think Mac as well.
So I'm gonna run back real quick.
Okay.
We unlocked that elevator, little shortcut there, and I need to run back.
It's a little bit
and rest.
Healing up, yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of like acquiring new skills and stuff like that, is that pretty quick, or does that? It's like
takes a little bit to get going. You see, like in the top right, I've been like accumulating the souls equivalent, I guess. Maybe they're not there yet. Maybe if I kill this dude.
Or is that like your little the heart, the beating heart in the top left?
No, it'll be in the top right. They almost look like coins.
Let's see here.
Here, let's see.
Oh, I see.
Those?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those aren't like used to like level up skills necessarily into here. You need skill points.
Okay.
And those take a little bit to get. You got to progress through the main game a little bit first.
Gotcha. So I assume that this is a coins lost on death type situation. Is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and I have.
Okay. The big setbacks and whatever else.
Yeah.
And then are you able to like retrieve them? I assume. Yeah.
Yes, only by killing the dude that
killed you.
Died near.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So
which can get a little tricky if you die to like a boss or something, or like a mini boss.
Sure. This seems to not to be reductive, but this seems to be a pretty straightforward Souls-like Metroidvania. Would you say that's the case? Not in a like, not saying simple is bad, but just saying like this seems to be just pretty straightforward in terms of what this is for like grasping the concepts it's thrown at you.
It is simplistic in its setup, and it's not trying to be anything more than what it is, which I think is a good thing for this.
Okay. Activities.
Being a little bit of story set up here. The first major little story beat.
Are we about to get a boss?
Oh, you wish.
I do wish.
You wish, Peter.
I want to see what the bosses look like.
Yeah, we'll see one. We'll see one.
Okay, cool.
This is like more of that like lo-fi sci-fi aesthetic I was kind of talking about. You're talking to Ruyi here, and you kind of Ruyi talks to you about like you did an action in the story setup that was like not part of the plan. You acted too quickly. You were supposed to wait, but you've been developing a relationship with this young 8-man child who saved you from something. I won't say what it was. And so that like now the plan has to like start.
Gotcha.
Ahead of schedule.
So I noticed in the text, I'm not necessarily reading all of it, but I noticed that this guy or this robot, Ruyi, excuse me, mentioned like 9 souls. Are those like, what is that in reference to? Are those like 9 souls, like 9 bosses you have to go fight, or?
Well, there were 10 of them originally.
Okay.
I know that based on the setup of the lore. and now there are 9 of them. I think it's still all mystery to me.
Okay.
Within the opening hour, it's still a mystery.
Got it.
In the next area, you'll see a little bit of the other traversal mechanic that you're able to wield, which I think adds to the action platform, specifically the platform side of the game.
Yeah, I've been getting into. I mean, with I really liked Animal Well. Not that this is similar at all, but like I've been had my mind opened a little bit to the Metroidvania recently. Not that I haven't liked them. I really liked like Metroid Dread. I liked Hollow Knight.
Heck yeah, you did.
Yeah, dude, that game is like. I think about the final boss fight for that game. Ooh, little grapple hook. I like that a lot. I think about the final boss in Metroid Dread all the time. Just how good it is, and just like it just asks you to. You just overcome the challenge.
How well did you learn the mechanics of this game?
Yeah, it's just overcome the challenge, and there's no easy way. You know, I was looking up like boss guides, and I was like, there's no. The solution is to just do it. Ooh, that was nice and slick. So I will say the combat does look just a little bit slower than other games maybe of this kind. Does it feel slow, or is it just like, am I just not feeling the pacing of it because I'm not playing it?
Maybe it looks slow when you're in it.
Yeah, okay, that's the question. Because shit, sorry,
that wasn't even a boss; it was just a dude.
I'm assuming that like dash, you can dash through enemies and stuff like that, like through attacks.
Yeah, and you'll see, you get iframes, but if you see, like, once I dodge, you see that little
glow
green,
it
takes a second for it to recover, so you can't just spam it. And then, of course, the talisman. In the top left, you'll see my health bar. Above that are my medicine pipe uses, so I have 2 of them in the tank. And then below that is my key. So I have 1 stored up from, like, successful parries. So that's how I use that talisman. Like, I planted one on a person, and then I hold it to explode them.
Gotcha.
You get 1 use, you got to parry again. And that dude has all my coins, so I got
I see it. I see it. So does this grapple hook thing, obviously it's traversal based, but is there any like combat mechanic with it either? Like if you grapple into an enemy, does that do anything?
I haven't seen a use for it in combat yet.
Okay, gotcha. And then these talismans, do they also, so if you've got enemies that are next to each other, do they damage other enemies, or is it just
the one you planted on?
Got it.
Yep.
And then also, sorry, I'm not trying to just like grill you about all this while you're like fighting for your damn life over here, but when you plant it, do you also need to detonate, like take a second to detonate it, or does it go off on its own? So
you need to press it and then immediately hold it.
Got it.
Otherwise, you'll just plant it and then you won't be able to use it.
Got it. Okay. That's interesting. That adds like a bit of like risk reward sort of stuff with this in a way that seems kind of interesting.
Yeah, because you end up just standing still.
Yeah, and so like if you do it while you've got a bunch of enemies that you're dealing with, it seems like you're gonna have to like really consider when you want to do it. Yeah, I'm really digging like just what this looks like. And the full game is out, right? Because like I said, it was kickstarted or backed, crowdfunded. But okay. So this is this developer's first like Metroidvania, right? This is made by
absolutely
Red Candle Games.
Red Candle Games. The last game they made was Devotion, which is that like short first-person survival horror game. It's like maximum 5 hours long. It wasn't for everyone, but it is very much like the specific kind of survival horror that I'm into, like psychological, surrealist.
Yeah.
I never played it. It's been sitting in my backlog for a while. Playing this is like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to get into Devotion as soon as like I finish this game.
Yeah. But probably mechanically very different, huh? Oh, look at that.
I didn't even notice that in my first playthrough, huh?
Gotta keep those eyes open.
A basic component.
Oh, there's a 3D printer. I always like when games use 3D printers. I know that's such a weird thing to like, but like, did you play like Callisto Protocol?
I did play Callisto. I wasn't huge on it.
Yeah, for the many faults that game has, and they are many. What I did like about that game was like the idea that like when you get to save spots or like the shop, it's a 3D printer and you just like print the stuff you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was sick. Yeah, makes the game like all the upgrades like diegetic.
Yeah,
the same way like Dead Space kind of did with their menu.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, like I don't know, but I don't know anything about 3D printers. I assume that's not, you can't just print a fucking gun. But like, yeah. So these enemies that are bigger, like this guy's clearly like not a mini boss, but he's you know, one of like the heavier enemies. Obviously he takes more damage to take down, but does he also like, is there any sort of like stamina break or something like that for the enemies as well, or is it just straight up how much health they have?
I've noticed a purple meter. I have not gotten any sort of tutorial to realize what that purple meter is.
Okay.
So above their health was the like the red for their health.
Yeah.
I've noticed that sometimes when I attack them with like a talisman, as part of that their health meter turns purple. I don't know what that is yet. It might be like you've hit them for this amount and it's going to shrink, but I don't know if it's like any kind of status effect or breaking of like posture or something.
Gotcha. And then so one more question here. Obviously you just pop down on these guys. It seems like there's no like takedown or anything for enemies that aren't aware of you. Yeah. Okay.
I've tried, and that would have been sick. But
Yeah. Ooh.
can't go that way. Metroidvania, baby.
How's the map in
So-
this game? Does it work well? Okay. So,
I mean, it's not huge or anything.
okay.
Like
Interesting.
vague.
It's-
You're
that's
in
very
this
vague,
area. And
yeah.
there are many rooms in this area.
But those are the
You go
exits.
bottom left or bottom right.
Yeah. Okay. I got it.
Peter, you ready for the first boss?
I'm so excited to see the first boss.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
I've yet to beat him.
You've yet to beat him. All right. It's gonna be the time. You know what? We've been doing a lot of these Souls likes on the rundown here, doing them live. Sometimes we get the boss, sometimes we don't. I got that one in Another Crab's Treasure that one time, and then I absolutely whiffed it during Inotria. But you're getting at him. Ooh. Is there a stamina for how many times you can attack?
No.
Gotcha.
Nope. To your heart's content.
Gotcha. So I'm also noticing that you're taking damage when you are parrying. Is that, or what, like, is that because you're getting hit a little bit, or is it
if
not
you're
a perfect
noticing
parry?
that,
Yeah.
that means my parries are not up to snuff. That means I'm like more dodging than parrying.
Got it. Got it. I always find that to be interesting about like when a game has you do the difference between like a perfect parry, a dodge, a block. You know what I mean? But does this game work with like perfect parries, or is it pretty much just if you get it, you get it. If not, you don't?
I mean, that's the ideal, right?
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, I lost all those souls.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
Trying to do the perfect parries.
Yeah, that's.
I shouldn't have listened to you.
I offer nothing. I offer nothing. Can you just run past everyone? Is that? I mean, I imagine that's an option as always, but are they going to chase you throughout sort of the whole spot?
No, they won't chase me. I don't know why I'm fighting them. I could just run past them, but
Gotcha. Hey, it's. I think it's some good practice, right? Get that in there. Pass through that. There you go.
I need to mentally and wait, what's it called? Muscle memory lock in.
Yeah, sure.
But you're right. Here we go. Check this out.
Okay.
Run
Later.
past.
Easy. Okay, so that's not a place to rest, but it will heal you up, huh?
Yep, just outside the boss room.
Got it.
You get full health.
I like
which
that.
Is nice.
Although, like, I wonder, like, this is a conversation for another time, but I wonder, like, the difference between, like, is it better to do that or just put the bonfire or whatever it's called
Right outside.
right outside? Because, like, I understand the need, I understand the want for having things like the large boss run, just because it makes you really get to know the areas and, like, really work with, like, practicing with the enemies and stuff, but, like, I really appreciated in Sekiro that for the most part, those boss runs, Sekiro and Elden Ring, I would say, those boss runs are reduced. It's just like, nope, just respawn right outside the boss gate, because, you know, we know that you
I
can
did
get
like
there.
that, yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Good old Stakes of America. I've been thinking about Elden Ring as well.
Oh yeah, that's right, because those weren't the. There we go. Cristian Macias on
Just had to lock
the
in.
ones and twos here.
Stasis Jade.
So what does that do? Oh, is that a? Ooh, okay. So you have multiple talismans that you can use then, huh?
And that one takes up 2 slots, I see. Or I need 2.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Can't go that way.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a big elevator. Oh. 8-man facility. I love that.
Are we not all
8 men.
8 men?
When it comes down to
Yeah.
it. Of course we are.
Yeah. One day I'm gonna watch that new Apes movie. I have yet to see it in theaters. I showed up for Furiosa.
I want to see it. You've seen the other, like, the three, the trilogy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are so
Yeah,
good.
of course.
Those are way better than
Yeah.
they have any right to be. You know what I mean?
I can't always go back to movies on this channel.
I guess
I can't keep doing that.
I guess it's true. All right, I'll keep it to myself. So you haven't gotten to this point yet?
No, this is all new. I spent a long time just like trying to practice enemies, making sure I wasn't missing everything. I did miss one thing.
Yeah, but
this is all new to me.
But I mean, this looks really interesting. Oh, this animation style so different too. Now you got this 3D animated stuff. I am into this. If you, I'm gonna be curious to hear, because I imagine you're probably gonna play at least a little bit more of this, just knowing you and the types of games you are into.
Yes.
I'll be curious to hear what you think of this. But unless you got anything else, I think this has been a pretty good look at 9 Souls on the personal computer and Mac, developed by Red Candle.
Thank you for enunciating the full acronym of PC.
Yeah, you have to. Well, you have to. I'm sick of hearing PC. No, it's personal computer. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you, viewer.
Yeah. Hey, if you've got any thoughts about 9 Souls, if you played the demo or if you're picking this thing up, again, on the personal computer or the Mac, let us know in the comments. I'm interested to hear what other people think of this as a Souls-like, as a sort of Sekiro-like, and then also just as a Metroidvania. I would love to hear about that. All right, we will catch you next time in the Rundown. Bye.
Bye.